So the ATF is doing some really silly things lately regarding the National Firearms Act, as more specifically the pistol braces. I'm sorry, but as a person who has a franchise of pizzas, pizza boxes, no little piece of plastic against your shoulder is going to make you a better shooter. It does nothing for the ballistics or accuracy of the shooter. Really doesn't do anything for the rifle either if it's an external component. I think that's silly. And having a short-barreled rifle just makes you makes you a less accurate shooter. Makes you kind of dangerous on the range. But as far as AR-15s go, I mean, doesn't that make you just as accurate as the next guy with an AK? I don't know. If they could abolish the National Firearms Act, that would be fantastic, because it doesn't all these rules and regulations, that no laws really, made up rules that the ATF has come up with, really don't help society much. I don't remember any of the Summer of Love protesters running around with Tommy guns or Uzis. It was they killed folks with rocks. Andy No almost died because he was hit in the face, about the face and neck area, with a milkshake cup full of cement. So you can outlaw little pieces of plastic all you want. It's still not going to change people's hearts and minds. I think they should abolish the NFA. Just get rid of it completely. Okay, based on this, shouldn't the people, for those of you who watched Yelling at Parked Cars, shouldn't the people who, schmucks that paid taxes to fund all of those little goodies that went to Ukraine and Afghanistan, shouldn't they get to enjoy some of the stuff that they purchased? I mean, that would be like your spouse going and buying a Lamborghini for your neighbor and you're not allowed to drive it. Be kind of weird, wouldn't it? You'd be a little upset. You might want to divorce her. Send me hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt for something that I'm not allowed to enjoy. No bueno. So, instead of getting further into all of the weeds, you know my stance on the NFA. I don't like it. As a could be seen as a bureaucrat myself, but government oversight does get a little too ridiculous at sometimes, and the people in those offices may just go, we need to do this because our budget's running really shallow and we need some money now, we need some revenue, so how do we do we'll make Velcro illegal. Velcro is illegal for reasons. Alright, whatever. So instead of spending 45 minutes to an hour like Gun Gripes, I listened to their video last night, I'm going to talk about something else that you can purchase, and some stuff that I purchase often. Gear! So, what are some of my favorite items? And this video is going to be spliced and edited. It might, give you seizures or something. I'll try to stay off the strobes. Let's go alphabetically. I'm going to go to USPatriotTactical.com. You got a big list of stuff, and I will start off by saying my personal favorite My gold standard is the stuff that I was issued. The Eagle Eagle International Enterprises. I always forget that one. It's Eagle. Eagle made my LBV, my vest, all of the bags, the Marine Corps issued bags. American Apparel made the uniforms. So that is my gold standard, and I thoroughly enjoy all of them. It's my favorite brand, my favorite type. U.S. Patriot Tactical. Okay, so alphabetical, starting with numbers 511. I really like 511. Pants. I haven't really worked with their bags or their gear much because, quite frankly, I don't always have 511 pockets. I used to have Condor pockets, maybe even Rothko pockets, maybe Soggy pockets. Anyway, I'm not familiar with action embroidery. Let's see, of all of the brands that I'm familiar with. Okay, Agilite, Ultima. I can't say anything to them. Bates, love the boots. Bellevilles, yep, those are great. The rat boots are possibly the best footwear I've ever had. Black Hawk, I will pronounce Black Hawk with an H. Some of you locker room bubbas. My personal gear. This is my Black Hawk belt. And yes, I'm that fat. The Black Hawk belt, fantastic. Very tactical. Very adjustable. As a fat one like I am. Adjustability is superb. And the webbing on this belt that holds everything up is by AST. AST is a beautiful brand, AST Tactical. This, I guess, belt carrier velcros into the Black Hawk velcro section on the back. And that's great because nothing wiggles. I've had a problem with acquiring magazine pouches. Eagle's all over the place for surplus stores. Black Hawk's available. It's almost impossible to find pistol magazines. Now, one would think, because we just got out of a war where we used a lot of Coyote textiles, a lot of Cordura, that this material would be plentiful and cheap, because textile companies trying to get rid of all the Cordura and the Kydex and the soft padding armor and all that kind of stuff. But no, they actually jack up the prices quite a bit. Maybe it has something to do with Rona, I don't know, but it's starting to get a little annoying, especially when I went to find new magazine pouches for a Christmas present. I couldn't find anything that was cheap enough to actually purchase. I do have some Spec Ops pouches, but the Spec Ops pouches are ridiculously expensive. I am a fan and I'm not a fan, if that makes sense. I don't always have Spec Ops money, but I got Tac Shield money. Tac Shield is cheap. Tac Shield's about the same price as Condor. Go figure. And the Cordura is higher quality than much higher quality than Condor. Black Hawk Omnivore holster. Like I said, Black Hawk has really delivered, and I'm not sponsored by anybody. I would love to be. I will shill for anyone, especially these brands that I mentioned on my belt, on my gear. Like I said, Tac Shield. I love Tac Shield. I had a few Tac Shield pouches when I deployed. I was issued. You get all the issued stuff, that's cool. You get all the normal issued stuff with all your rifle pouches. That's great. All Eagle, fantastic. But since I was a logistics bubba, I rated a pistol, so I carried a pistol for 2 deployments, maybe 1 deployment. I carried a pistol, and magazine holsters were impossible to find. Magazine pouches. I couldn't find anything that was higher quality than Rothko, really. And back in 2009, there were thousands of tactical gear companies. They're trying to get in on the the Halliburton money. There wasn't enough. There wasn't enough good quality items, good quality gear. So I guess the stuff that's lasted this long is what is still, stood the test of time because their products don't suck all the time. Condor was there, but Condor's really, they've gotten better. They've gotten way better. I'm impressed at how much better they've gotten. Rothko is the bottom. And I'll keep talking about it. I hate Rothko. I really do. Not because their gear sucks. It's because they're inconsistent at the gear they make. They make something nice. It's a good quality item. And then the next year, it's just, we were out of money from the year previously, so we just made a bunch of crap. And then the next year, I'll find some, like, digital woodland flight suit, which is fantastic and would work for, half the things that I'm trying to find gear for, and they don't make it in my size, or they don't make it in 5 sizes smaller than myself because it's a Chinese company, or so it appears if it's not a Chinese company. Rothko's okay if you got Walmart pockets, but Black Hawk absolutely delivered in every possible way for my Christmas presents. I haven't really had any experience with body armor vent, Brownells, Camelback. Of course, everybody loves a Camelback, and they're the high quality. Yes, that was an okay. The Camelback brand is there's nothing. What's not to like? Camelback is fantastic. Carhartt, haven't had any experience with Carhartt, Campo, Casio, Colonel. Like I said, Condor. Condor's Condor. It's more like the expensive airsoft stuff. Cochrane, Cornerstone, Cricket, I guess. Cry Precision. Cry Precision. I saw so many ads at Camp Pendleton in 2009, 10, 11 on Cry Precision. How great Cry Precision was, and it to me, it appears like Eberl stock. Expensive for no reason. I understand you get what you pay for, but it's just like high speed gear. High speed gear looks nice, great. How many $50 single pouches can you purchase before you're just out of money? I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Haven't had much Damascus, Danger Close Apparel, Danner's pretty nice. I don't have too many Danner products. Like I said, Eberl stock. Eberl stock's another, just expensive for no reason. Maybe their products have a higher tensile strength or something like that. I don't know. I'm not I'm a fan of the designs of the products. Backpacks, great. Those are cool. But I'm not going to buy a $900 backpack. I'm sorry. When I can go on eBay or even Amazon and buy the entire U.S. Marine Corps issue main pack, day pack, hydration bladder, sustainment pouches. I can buy all of that for like 300, 400 max. Like 400 if it's brand new inside the bag. Shipping included. But a $900 backpack? I'm sorry, no. And I really hate to say that too. With Camelback, I would really like to have a Rubicon. I really want a Rubicon backpack. They're only available at $300 per bag. For Coyote, for whatever reason, a multicam bag is half the price of the Coyote bag. Once again, we're not in the desert anymore, officially. So why are we? What's up with the expensive brown gear? I don't get it. You would think that, you know, multicam would take much more to dye out the fabric, or however whatever the process is. Let's see. Edge Eyewear, Elite First Aid, Epic. I have never heard of these brands. Whatever. First Tactical's okay. First Spear, that's all right. Flying Cross, Fox Outdoor Products. They're one of the lower tier. I've only seen Fox Outdoor Products at the local surplus store, and they're buying to supplement their expensive items. Like here is our cheap stuff. Red Rock. Red Rock's another great brand. Red Rock is fantastic. But they're about Condor tier. Their backpacks may be a little bit below Condor tier. But that's Amazon, and sometimes I've got Red Rock pockets, and I'm familiar with those, and I really like them. The Fox River Mills. If that's the Fox I'm thinking of, they're socks. They're wool socks. They're the best boot sock you will ever buy. Garmin's okay. Gators, I mean, yeah, whatever. Gerber's pretty nice. I have had a few Gerbers, and sad to say I broke both of them. Leatherman. So I have a Leatherman that's lasted me since my dad bought me one in 2009. They're incredibly useful tools. I think mine's a Leatherman Core. Get one. Guns. Hops, of course, gun oil. Infuse. Never heard of Infuse. Never heard of any of these products. So these are brands that I've never heard of before. I'm just skipping over those because I don't know what they are. I need to do a little bit more research instead of the me search. But again, this is USPatriotTactical.com. I'm just going through the brands. I did talk about Leatherman tools. Life Straw. Get a Life Straw. Get a Life Straw. Get a couple. They're getting cheaper. Get a couple. Magpul. Magpul's my favorite company, or one of. I like Magpul. So besides me deploying with Magpul, here's my other experience with Magpul. The toy that I got this Christmas requires a certain brand of magazine, which is expensive, especially if you buy it from the company itself. The name brand magazine, it's stupid expensive. It's $62 for 15 rounds. $62. Well, I did a little bit of techie-tack on the computer. Find out that Magpul sells my specific product that I needed but it's the wrong color. Oh well, that's okay with me. I'm okay with tactical black. Sure. $21. Oh, well, if I'm going to buy the black plastic one instead of the brown plastic one, I might as well spend $2 extra for the 20 round magazine. So I get 20 rounds of 45 instead of 15 for a nominal fee. Much, much cheaper, and a brand I trust. I like me some Magpul. Let's see, Mastodon McNet. It's another brand. Why is it so expensive? Is it because they don't sell as many now, so they have to up the price because the demand is so low? I don't know. It's probably going to sit on the shelf and just be surplus in a couple years. I mean, my state works in these weird, like regional droughts, especially in the summertime. Summertime is absolutely fantastic for coyote. Coyote brown is the perfect color. If you want to get technical, multicam works really well in Oklahoma. Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Kansas, and a little bit of Colorado. Multicam works really well in the Southwest, really. So with those little periods of drought, especially, if you want to blend into the environment, coyote's your color. Multicam and coyote. Mercury Tactical. I think the conclusion I came to, I couldn't get a definitive answer. I think Alpha, the Alpha company, was sold in turn, like they rebranded into Mercury Tactical, and I assume because all of the Mercury gear is exactly the same design, the same handle, the same straps on all their bags as Alpha was. I think it was Code Alpha. Let me go back to the C's. Nope, no Code Alpha. So I guess Code Alpha is Mercury Tactical now. I have luggage. Yes, I was that guy right out of MCT who bought a bunch of matching digital woodland luggage from the exchange. Stop laughing. Mil-spec monkey. I have no idea what that is. So I'll just skip on to the next letter. Nebo nightstick. Nike makes tactical gear? Huh. I would have never known. I don't think Spec Ops is even mentioned once on this. Ops Core. I've heard of it. I don't know it. Safariland. What gives? $300 for one holster? $380 for a holster? Bruh! I don't get that at all. Pelican. Love me some Pelican cases. Get you some Pelican. If you can afford the Pelican stuff. I have Plano cases because, again, my pockets aren't as deep as most. Point Blank is I like Point Blank vests. They're not the vest that I got, because of course I got off active duty and just blew a bunch of money because there was unlimited overtime, and what else am I going to do with that money? The Point Blank armor is it's close to what I was issued. Again, what I was issued was from Protective Products or I think Protective Products and Point Blank are partnered, or they are the same company. Let me check that. The IMTV is, yes, Protective Products and Point Blank are the parent companies. They're owned by the same brands, owned by the same company. And so is Paraclete. How about that? Oh, and so is First. Point Blank, Paraclete, Advanced Technology, Protective Group, Gold Goodrich, okay, and Protective Apparel. So, and what is this? SOB? Ah, yeah. Whatever you do, don't go to Point Blank Enterprises and shop. I really appreciate the IMTV. Yeah. What I was issued was the IMTV, the tactical vest. It was an improved modular tactical vest. The how everything is offset, or the amount of space that you have, the real estate that you have on your vest for all of your accessories is just superb. And I really, really wish they had not decided to go with just the plate carriers. I understand, everybody else has issued the IMTV, or we had the OTV and the MTV and then the IMTV and the IOTV and whatever, all the acronyms. But I like the IMTV. It was like a turtle shell. The plate carriers, yeah, okay, hey, it's nice, and it's not as hot, it's not as stuffy for the MRAP drivers. Motor T used them a lot. We didn't rate the frog gear, but they did. And that's, got your plate carrier. Well, that's awesome. I'm not in a Dragon Wagon 24 hours a day. I want full body coverage. I want the IMTV. If somebody at Protective Products would sell me an IMTV, I would purchase it. Proper's a great brand. I really wish they had more belt loops on their pants. By the way, Wrangler cargo pants are pretty nice. I'm impressed with Wrangler's cargo pants. Apparently Reebok makes tactical gear as well. How about that? And we're in the R's. Rothco still sucks. Like I said, my experience with Rothco is it's there. Don't blow your money on it. I'm beginning to think a lot of these companies, that the cheaper companies, exist just for kids to buy their airsoft stuff and not go completely bankrupt buying it, which is kind of weird, because some of the gear that you can't find, the best place to find your hipster gun pouch or hipster gun holster is from airsoft. The airsoft brands tend to cater to weird, wonky, goofy looking guns, and if you've got an import or a subcompact and it just won't fit in anything else that's on the market, including high speed gear, go get yourself some airsoft stuff. If it works, it works. I already mentioned Safariland. It's not that I hate Safariland. I'm too poor to enjoy it. Let's put it that way. $300 for one holster. Sandpiper of California. Sandpiper is fantastic. I owned a Sandpiper bag at one point, and I tried to, like an idiot, I put it in the washing machine at the barracks, and the washing machine ate it. Don't do that. Don't wash your gear. Just hose it down or something outside. I'm pretty sure that's why all of the Department of Defense directives, especially for Marines, state specifically do not put in a washing machine. I don't think it has anything to do with the glue or the inserts or even the sappy plates. I think it's just they know Marines are going to do things the easiest way possible and destroy it. Okay. Give something to a Marine, they're going to either break it or lose it within minutes. and I want to keep my channel clean, so I won't mention the other third thing. Sayer Enterprises, no impact, no idea. Skechers makes tactical gear. Get out. Smith and Wesson. Again, Spec Ops. I've got some Spec Ops stuff. I don't know why it's so expensive. That really bugs me that any of this stuff is so. Why would it be this expensive? What was the stuff? We went through Vietnam, and I'm sure there was, gearheads in Vietnam, but the surplus from Vietnam is still being sold today, still being manufactured. That same Alice pack and whatnot, the Alice gear and the 782 gear, and it's not obsolete. It's obsolescent. There's better stuff out there, but this stuff that gets it done. So some things I do enjoy about the gear that I was issued is I didn't get a chance to use it in the field really, but I was still on active duty between the time frame when we went from the Marpat internal frame bag to the Coyote external frame bag, and I gotta say I like the external frame. The internal frame bag, it's got the two metal bars like inserted inside the bag, so it always holds its shape. But what that does is you have to pack everything in a way that balances all the weight. That doesn't always work. I mean, for whatever gear that you've got, whatever you're hiking or camping, whatever, it's going to be this weird, awkward, like tons of weight behind you and pulling you back. That's one reason why Marines have that awesome, the obliques are always trained up, because they're constantly pulling forward on the backpack that's pushing them backwards. So that's positive and negative, but it was okay. The internal frame bag was okay. The external frame bag is something I really enjoy, because no matter what you do, no matter how you orient all of your crap inside of your bag, you put your boots on the top, bottom, middle, sides, whatever, all the weight is on the outside of the frame that goes on your shoulders. So all the weight's going to be on your shoulders regardless. Your shoulders, however it's distributed by how you cinch down your straps. But the bag can be some goofy like trash bag shape, kind of off to the side, and it never affects the weight on your shoulders. So it distributes the weight evenly no matter what. Put that big backpack on the top, and make you look like a merchant on Zelda Breath of the Wild. Tactical Tailor. Tactical Tailor is one of those expensive brands that I got to look at. So if you're from Jacksonville, you're around Cherry Point or Camp Lejeune, Camp Johnson, there's about, 40 surplus or tactical shops within half a block. There's at least, if you want to make money, get a surplus store and put it right outside a Marine Corps base, because idiots like me will go buy anything they sold if they can afford it. I don't have much experience with Tactical Tailor. I hope to be soon, but God, it's expensive. Just just like Eberl stock. Why are you guys so expensive? There's no reason for that. Thorogood, Trujicon, True Spec. True Spec's nice. I got a few True Spec pants. They're so if you're a fatty like me and you have a problem finding pants that fit, I guess Wrangler's the way to go for cargo pants. But I have womanly hips, so from previously being fat, I have the shapely figure. 5'11" makes clothes for very skinny people. I mean, they'll make clothes for fat people, but the cut of the pants are for people with much smaller badonkadonk. So I end up getting like True Spec or Proper American Apparel, something like that. Um, a brand that's cheaper, a brand that's, you know, catered for fatties. U.S. Patriot. I haven't heard of Uncle Mike's. Never heard of Uncle Mike's. What's Uncle Mike's? Under Armour's all right. Under Armour's. Yeah, Actually, no. Under Armour made a thick layered undergarment. It's like a shirt. So here's the story. Going through Kyrgyzstan, all of our cold weather gear was issued. We didn't have any of it with us because it was the summertime when we left. But when we got to Kyrgyzstan, it was freezing cold because you're closer to Russia, and it was cold. And we didn't have any of our warming layers because it was in the bags that have already been loaded on the aircraft, and we've got not the aircraft. They were secured in the hangar, so we couldn't get to our clothes. We had a couple of skivvy rolls, and that's it. So we're like on a 2 or 3 day layover, waiting for whatever stupid thing the Air Force was doing. Meanwhile, the rest of the Marines are just like hanging out, trying to go to warm places before they get kicked out, because we're hobos. They just happen to be a few Under Armour shirts that were warming layered shirts, and I'm pretty certain that saved my chest hair, because that kept me warm a couple nights. So Under Armour, super ups, thank you. Okay, there we go. Voodoo Tactical. I don't have any experience with Voodoo Tactical. What I do know about Voodoo Tactical is their dyeing system, their coloring system is off. Everything they make is super light, like almost like it's already surplus. It's already been bleached by the sun, so you don't have to you can wear it and look like a super tactifool. Wiley X sucks. Wiley X, you can eat it. We had gloves that were provided by the federal government, Department of Defense, and said, "Here are your gloves." And I had these gloves, and I picked something up, and it ripped the fingers off of the gloves. Wiley X, I am mentally flipping you off. So for tactical gear, you can purchase any tactical gear you want, textiles, to go with whatever firearm you want. I suggest, like I've stated before in this video, I suggest some tac shield. Tac shield is the middle ground. It's not super expensive. It's not super cheap. It's higher quality than Condor, Voodoo, Rothco, Airsoft, whatever Airsoft brands. I'm not familiar with Airsoft brands. It's a higher quality at a lower price, and I believe it's the 1000D Cordura, not the 500D Cordura, or even just like flat out junior high backpack nylon, which that's that tends to be exactly what Condor and Rothko use, is this really super cheap high school backpack nylon that Walmart sells. It's really a Walmart brand. And then speaking of that, I didn't see SOC on here anywhere. How about that? Yeah, the Walmart brand tactical backpacks SOC. I really don't have a closing for this. I didn't think this far ahead. If you really want, good quality gear, like I said, Eagle. Anything under the banner of American Outdoors or the Vista group, those two are traded on the stock market. Go see what they have for go see what brands they own. I'm not going to buy Emerald stock. I'm not going to buy Tactical Tailor. They're way too stinking expensive. But I got tack shield pockets. Buy some tack shield gear, and I enjoy that kind of stuff. I hope you do too. I hope you enjoyed my rant, and I really need to edit the crap out of this. I might drop it tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday? I might drop it Friday. Deuces.